What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Dima, storytime music. Man, my boy Drake has been in the game for a long time now, and I mean, he really put Toronto on the map, because at first, I'm not even gonna lie, we used to think Toronto was a joke in the States, but man, Drake changed the game with all that. He's an icon in the industry, hundreds of millions of dollars, and I mean, hey, we gotta give him a round of applause for all that. Give me that applause, Dima. But stop the show. Just because you an icon don't mean that you're not a simp, and that's exactly what the brother Drake seems to be. Despite having all of that money, Drake seems to be always with the Weavers and the Sandlers. I mean, don't believe me? Well, doesn't he have a baby by a porn star? Can I get a dun 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 sound effect? Oh, fuck! And not only that, there are some real serious allegations out there that that Drake is dating a model, and models are not bad, they're cool, but the model is Johanna Leia, all right, or Leia. Stop the show. Y'all know I'm from the Heights. I really can't read. But anyways, I think there was a story that dropped like a few weeks ago. He actually rented out the Dodger Stadium just for a one-on-one with this chick. I mean, don't get me wrong, she is thick, and and the booty is kind of nice, but she is the son of this brother who plays with LeBron James' son, Bronny James. I believe his name is Aaron Bailey, okay, or Amari Bailey, right? Aaron Bailey is his dad, but Amari Bailey, you know, he's a good prospect. He's doing his thing. He's supposed to be like, you know, one of the top high school players in the nation. And it's rumored that this diamond encrusted chain with the number 10 was purchased by your boy the Drake. Now stop the show. I mean, that's nice and everything, right? But see, here's the problem with the entitlement that we see in Black America and America. Some chicks feel that because they're beautiful and because they're fine, that certain guys will bail them out, even though they have kids by other people. Now, Drake apparently is a mentor to this young man. Now, I don't know if it's because, you know, the guy's going to go to the NBA one day, or if he really likes that booty clapping sounds. I mean, he can stop the show. His mama is fine. I mean, if I wasn't so broke, I would be in her inbox. Stop the show. I might get in her inbox tonight just to see if, you know, she'll deal with me once Drake dump her. But the reality is that this mystery gorgeous woman, who we now know who she is, she's a baby mama, okay? And nothing wrong with being a baby mama. But my question is to Drake, you can't deal with, I mean, there's plenty of women you can deal with, right? And I'm not trying to tell Drake what to do, but here's the issue. When we look from where entitlement comes from in American society, it comes from people like Drake, you know? And what people feel like is that I can go out here, have a child with somebody else, some other guy will come in, mentor, buy my son chains, do what he have to do, spend all his hundreds of millions of dollars on him and on me, while I get to do what I want to do. And I'm going to tell you that while not everybody can be as beautiful as she is, because clearly she's a good looking lady, just like Sierra was with you know, her ability to get Russell Wilson. She's super beautiful, right? I mean, she was already popular, so she could overcome that sort of situation. The average lady cannot, all right? The average lady has a hard time just getting married. So if the average lady has a child, she definitely has, you know, her work cut out for her if she's looking to gain a man who makes a lot of money, over $100,000 a year. And the issue is this, that we as black men, and I would even consider Drake as that, I mean, are we like the only groups of guys that do this? I mean, because if you think about it, the white guy who is like Drake, okay, who has $200 million, is he going to be standing around mentoring somebody else's kid who, let's say, for example, has a child by somebody else? It doesn't happen, but it's more likely to happen in our community. Like, we're expected to do stuff like this. And the reason is that, you know, we have lower standards a lot of times in the people that we date. I believe that Drake has symptoms of lower standarditis, that the symptoms are simping, mentoring other people's kids, tricking on people and buying their kids big ass gold chains they don't deserve, stuff like that. All right. And the reality is that with this sort of behavior, I don't feel that we can really change the dynamics in our community. What we have to start to do is to reward the ladies out there in our community who are not having children by other guys out of wedlock. Like, that's what we need to start to do. I mean, if we're going to put our focus on somebody, again, I don't have problems with women that don't have children getting support. But there is also this whole situation where, you know, women that don't have kids don't get any support or don't get a lot of support. And I think that's who needs to get more support for the community to become stronger. Like, there are a lot of women out there that don't have children. There are a lot of women out there, you know, if they want to GoFundMe to raise for something, it's hard for them to get it. But, like, you know, let them have like 3 or 4 kids and sad music. Oh my God, I'm distressed. My name is Dasha Kelly. I have a terrible weave and I don't want to work. Then you get $200,000 because people feel sorry for you. And again, it's like, I really feel like society is really pushing the narrative for, you know, women with children to get more help, but not pushing the narrative like, hey, you know, women, before you get have a child, like, these are the consequences. Like, women that don't have kids, women that have kids without being married, typically are going to be more poor, are typically going to have more problems, are typically going to face more financial hurdles. And we don't do this because we only talk about the stories of the Dasha Kellys or the Drakes that come in and bail somebody out. We think of it in those terms, but we don't think about the ladies who have children out of wedlock and they can never recover. Everybody can't look like her. Everybody can't be an IG model and have a nice butt, or whoever else, right? And I think that that's important, because I don't have a problem with him mentoring young black men's kids, but the reality is that I've seen this happen so many times. Sisters would drop their kids off with brothers in mentorship programs, and then they would go out and deal with guys who couldn't do nothing for her or the child. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna drop this brother off at your house and all this, or this program, you know, so you can coach him and mentor him, and then, you know, she's still bringing guys around the child that can't do nothing, you know, for the kid, can't do nothing for her, you know, and it's like full circle. So, you know, you want to still date and give your best to guys who can't do anything for the child, while expecting these other groups of guys to come in and mentor the child. Like, for example, shout out to brother George Macon, you know, he has the urban nerds and stuff like that. And, you know, a lot of those ladies out there that, you know, send their kids to the urban nerds to get educated and stuff like that, I can guarantee you that none of the guys that they deal with are willing to do that for those kids. All right. They have brother George Macon out here in the black community trying to do that. And it's hard for him to even get support in his, you know, nonprofit and things like that. Shout out to, you know, brother George of Urban Nerds. And I feel that that's very unfair, you know, to create problems that other guys got to clean up because you couldn't make the right decision with the right guy in the first place. And it's not fair for men or women who have to go through these circumstances and like, oh yeah, you know, this other guy has to step up because, you know, the mom couldn't work it out with the dad. And Drake, I think he's just really pushing the narrative that, oh yeah, you know what, black men are willing to come in and do that. And I just don't think that's cool. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of That's Your Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.